happy 1st of February and welcome to Smell the Coffee. We have officially made it out of January. We survived January.
Yeah.
January
Why
went
is
on for
January
5 years.
such a huge thing? I feel like people exaggerate. It's not. The month has 31 days. So does other months, but why is everyone always, oh, January took so long, oh, January, no, it's
Because
just
people are still suffering from
31
January
days.
disease. Because people are still suffering from January disease. I think they really
The people must just make
feel the
better
effects.
financial choices.
I agree. But I definitely feel like this January was very long. Not in terms of like finances or whatever, but it's like, it's only the 25th. Geez, it's only the 30th and it's still the 31st. Like, January went on forever, but nevertheless, we have made it to February, the month of love. Hence, I'm wearing red to celebrate the passion.
Yeah.
Yes.
What will you be doing for Valentine's?
I'm probably not even going to be here.
Or are you going to be flown out?
Vacation vibes. You know what it is.
Well,
You know
hold
what
that
it is.
thought. It seems as though we have a technical difficulty. We will be right back shortly. Stay with us.
eTicket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhh.com.na.
So what were you saying about, the month of love and you being flown out and you wearing
It's giving
red?
Paris. It's
Love.
giving roses. I'm joking. Please don't bewitch me. Eh? You'll just see once it happens. Because, a lot of people say if you say something, you'll jinx it before it even. Like, if you say something before like everything is finalized, you jinx it.
I don't believe that.
I definitely believe
But
in it.
that's like a story for another day.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't believe anything that is meant for you
We'll pass you by.
would pass you by.
Yeah.
Like, there is no if it passes you by,
Then it was
not
never meant
for
to be
you.
yours.
It's not for you. They're jinxing.
I mean, hey, to each their own. I mean, people have these different superstitions and beliefs. It's kind of like when your palm itches. I believe that's a sign of money. And every time my palm itches, especially the left one,
Yeah.
we have to do this to basically say, I'm receiving the
I
money.
think it's just like what you believe really counts.
Yeah, it does.
What you believe in your heart, in your mind, would really come to fruition.
Exactly.
So today marks the 1st of February, which means that the voting lines for the NTV Viewers' Choice Awards closes today. I hope you've made the right decision. If not, you can still make that right decision, which is voting for Smell the Coffee as your favorite talk show. Now you can send your vote, you can SMS the number 085 785 6231 and then just say
WhatsApp,
WhatsApp
not
hashtag
NTV
Awards.
Awards 2024.
Yeah.
And then you follow the prompts. It's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like, trust me when I say you won't even, it's not even like rocket science. Once you WhatsApp hashtag NTV Awards 2024 to that number, you're going to get prompts. You select. There's going to be different categories. First category is presenter. Please do vote for your girl. I would appreciate that. And then if you scroll right to the bottom, you'll find talk show and you can vote for Smell the Coffee. I mean, we are going to be dressed to the nines. So
Speaking of dressing, what can we expect to see you in? I mean,
It's
it's
a
a
surprise.
night full of glitz and glamour and accolades and champagne.
and it's a black carpet.
So what can we expect?
It's a surprise.
Oh, we don't like surprises.
Even if you
you
don't
know,
like surprises, there's nothing I can do.
Surprises build this huge hype. Sometimes it's all for nothing, but sometimes it's worth it. But most of the time when people say, oh, it's a surprise.
But have I ever disappointed?
You have not disappointed.
Exactly. So trust
I'm
me.
excited to see you.
What are you wearing?
I mean, you'd have to come to the awards to see me.
You have to be there to find out. You have to watch the award
You'd
show.
actually have to vote for Smile the Coffee to win so you can see me on stage receiving the award, because these awards will be streamed, right?
Yes, they're going to be streamed live on NTV and you can catch them. Now imagine, guys, we go through all of this effort to look absolutely fabulous and then we don't win.
Yo, I would cry tears of blood.
That would be so embarrassing.
Yo, I will walk out. I think I would walk. I think I'd go home early.
I'll go home. I'll be like, you know what? Y'all don't check us nice. We're going home. I'll just be like, Aina, let's go. It's fine. They don't check us nice.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway, let's get into our top stories for today. Universal Music to pull songs from TikTok. Yes, that's right. You know, all those trendy songs that you hear on TikTok, those ones that I'm so tired of hearing all the time. Yes, Universal Music is set to pull its millions of songs from TikTok after a breakdown in talks over payments. The move would mean the social media platform would no longer have access to songs by artists including Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, and Drake. Universal accused TikTok of bullying and said it wanted to pay a fraction of the rate other social media sites do for access to its vast catalog. TikTok said Universal was presenting a false narrative and rhetoric. Music companies earn royalty payments when their songs are played on streaming and social media platforms. Although TikTok, which is owned by Chinese company ByteDance, has more than 1 billion users, it accounts for just 1% of Universal's total revenue, the label said. In an open letter to the artist and songwriter community, Universal, which controls about a third of the world's music, claimed that ultimately TikTok is trying to build a music-based business without paying fair value for the music. Universal also said that along with pushing for appropriate compensation for our artists and songwriters, it was also concerned about protecting human artists from the harmful effects of AI and online safety for TikTok's users. The company said it would stop licensing its content to TikTok when its contract expires on the 31st of January, which was yesterday. In response, TikTok said it is sad and disappointing that Universal Music has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. Despite Universal's false narrative and rhetoric, the fact is that they've chosen to walk away from the powerful support of a platform with well over 1 billion users that serves as a free promotional and discovery vehicle for their talent, it added. This is the first time that Universal has taken the major step of removing its songs from a technology firm's platform.
Oh, that's wild.
That's wild. And you know what? The fact that most songs, like every time an artist releases a new song, they push it on TikTok
because
first.
that's where it's trending.
And that's where it's trending.
Yeah.
But I would understand why Universal Music would pull such a move.
Okay, why? Explain.
Because at the end of the day, imagine that all of this music that we're getting on TikTok for free, Universal Music is only getting 1%.
Why don't they just negotiate for a 10% or whatever the percentage they want?
It means that they maybe tried, like, because you don't just rush to pull your music and your content, your catalog off completely. It means probably there were discussions and so much that went in before Universal was like, you know what, you guys are being selfish and you're being stubborn, we're going to pull on music.
I think all of them are being selfish and stubborn because Universal is also reaping their artists of being discovered. Some of their artists, we don't know their music. Some of their artists are upcoming. How are they going to push them?
Yeah, like it's crazy.
I think it's good to maximize all platforms that you have in order to make your artist this big brand, I think.
Because honestly, I feel like most managers and most companies, if they have an artist, their first move is to push to TikTok.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, imagine Water by Tyler. Would we even know Water if it wasn't for TikTok?
you know.
Because it
we
started
wouldn't-
trending on TikTok. That's when people were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I guess we're just going to have to go back to the old ways of listening to music.
I think like maybe Universal maybe has like big artists like the Taylors, the Drake.
Drakes,
They
The Weeknd.
don't need TikTok.
No, they don't need TikTok.
They don't
TikTok
need-
needs them.
Yeah. So for the bigger artists, I can understand. But like, I'm not sure if they sign like new talent, or maybe they just work like with like really, really big names. And if that's the case, I can understand where they are coming from to say, listen, we don't need TikTok.
And I think also sometimes it also comes from the artists themselves, because then they look at their contracts and they're like, wait a minute, something is
Why
not
am I
adding
not
up.
getting paid, but
you
my
know?
music is on TikTok
You
trending
know,
all
it's
the
kind of
time?
like, that's the reason Taylor Swift re-recorded all of her songs. All of her albums she re-recorded because of a fallout she had with, I don't know if it's her ex-manager or her ex-label. She was like, you know what, I'm petty, and I respect her for that. She went and re-recorded every song from like 2006.
Whoa.
Re-recorded all the songs, started making money from those. Yeah, because I think there was that issue of payment and whatnot. So I think also it comes from the artists pushing Universal, like, listen, nah, we need to renegotiate.
There's so much drama in the music industry,
Yeah.
not only internationally, but also here in SADC. We'll get into a story later on during this segment or this conversation about Maphorisa, who just lives next door to us. But nonetheless, now let's take it to Hollywood. Kim Kardashian is just one of the millions of Americans dealing with psoriasis, a skin condition that causes itchy, painful red spots. And although she usually takes pains to present all aspects of her appearance as perfect, she just gave followers a look at what happens when psoriasis flares up and worsens. Now on Tuesday, the 30th of January, Kim shared a recording of her lower leg on Instagram stories, explaining while she normally has one spot of psoriasis on her legs, it has recently spread. I'm not gonna lie, this is painful, she wrote, adding that she wants to be transparent about her journey. I can tell it's going down my legs and up my legs and all the way to my thigh, she said in a voiceover, adding via text that she doesn't know what triggers the outbreak. However, by morning, there was hope. On Wednesday, the 31st of January, Kim again took to Instagram stories, revealing that she slept with intense cream on her legs, which she then wraps over herself. And then she reported that the intense itching was gone, and the dark red patch from the day before looked significantly lighter and calmer. Now, Kim marveled that the treatment changes everything, saying that all this progress was from the night before, and she has to do it twice a week. That's now the healing process. You see the rep? So once the psoriasis comes up, and now she puts product on it. She didn't explain what product she uses. I guess maybe she didn't want to...
Gatekeep.
She doesn't want to market for free.
advertising.
Yeah, so she then puts the product and then she wraps that plastic wrap over it and then she sleeps overnight. And then when she wakes up, like the second image and the third image, you can see it's not that intense anymore. It's still there, but it's not that intense. Yeah, that's how it is first when it's intense. Yeah.
Jeez, okay, it's not that big, but like still, coming from, I'm also someone that suffers from like acne and whatnot. So I understand the frustration, you know, like of trying these different products, going through this pain, and like my heart goes out to her, man. And the fact that it just shows that you could be a billionaire, but some of these things is nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. And now imagine she has that privilege of having all these doctors, these dermatologists. Now imagine people that don't. I think there needs to be more awareness on psoriasis. Because most of the time it can be misdiagnosed. Oh, you have eczema, or you have whatever. Because not everyone has that freedom and that privilege of going to a dermatologist, getting all these expensive creams and whatnot. Like I'm saying, it's not the same, but like when my acne was really, really bad, I needed to go for microneedling, and it was 3,700 a session.
Oh no.
And I needed like 3 sessions. Now imagine for someone, like it's some of these things, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So it just sucks, man. I'm really sorry to you, Kim. My heart does go out to her and to all the victims of psoriasis. Hopefully a cure can be found soon, or a remedy, or something that is actually a little more affordable. The problem with these big pharma companies is the minute they find out, okay, this is working, they mark up the prices so much that average people can't afford them.
Definitely.
It's kind of like the issue with insulin. Insulin doesn't even cost that much to make, but big pharma charges ridiculous amounts for insulin because they know you need it. So, yeah. Anyway, in our next story, a woman in China sues husband of 10 years with whom she has 8 children for $28 million in maintenance after finding out he's married. The story of a 33-year-old woman in China who sued her 61-year-old ex-lover with whom she has a maintenance for $28 million is trending on social media. Before learning that her lover of 10 years had a wife, the unnamed woman from Sichuan province in southwestern China had built a family with him, raising 5 sons and 3 daughters, Star Video reported. The woman, who comes from a wealthy family, met him online when she was 23, and although he lied to her about how he earned a living, decided to start a romantic relationship with him. He said he was single, so our relationship is legal, the woman told Star Video. In the video, she shows a certificate, the validity of which is unclear, saying they got married in 2015, after which they decided they were going to have 10 children. He told me that at least one of the children would be successful, the woman said. She then showed birth certificates which revealed the children were born in the United States to a surrogate mother. The woman estimated that they spent more than 10 million yuan, which is $1.4 million, to have 5 sons and 3 daughters. However, her dream life was shattered last year when she discovered that the man she assumed was her husband, who had moved overseas, was suing her to get back all the assets he claimed he gave her. Things got even worse when she learned that he has another wife. The woman left him, and he has to look after the 8 children for the time being. She is suing her ex-lover and his family to obtain child support of about $28,000 per month because she cannot afford to take care of the children. His family replied that they could raise the children if she was willing to hand all of them over. Otherwise, they would seek a legal remedy. The case came to trial in October last year, and a decision is still pending.
8 children. That's
8
a lot
is
of children. I
8
don't know what to
kids
say.
is a lot.
Um,
But also, why are you just dumping this woman with the 8 kids?
I think she's right to sue.
Yeah.
I think she should sue, because how is she going to raise 8 children by herself?
Imagine. For me,
I
it's
think
the fact
28
that
million is not enough money.
I think
She must charge
like,
more.
Honestly,
She must
the
like
fact that
maybe
this
100
man
million.
convinced
Is this
her-
28 million monthly, or is it like?
I think it's like a
Yeah,
like alimony
like-
type of situation.
Oh, okay.
But the fact that this man convinced her to have 8 kids, I know she didn't birth the kids, but the kids are hers because she's raised them since they were babies. But the fact that he convinced her, said at least one of the 8 will be successful.
Okay, he did lie. Maybe there is that possibility.
Okay, but what for these 18 years? What happens?
You're
when these
grooming
kids
the
are under my
success.
care? When these kids, how am I supposed to take care of them?
You groom the success.
But how, with what money?
I don't know.
Like, nah, guys, this is wild. This is ridiculous. I would also sue for like a ridiculous amount, because at the end of the day, how do you take care? Already being a mom is hard. I'm
To
a
one
mom
child.
of 1, and I'm like, yo, I can't imagine having 8 children. 8. Nah,
It's a
guys.
lot.
It's too much.
It's
and
a
also,
lot.
why did he lie? Like,
That he was married. That he wasn't
he
married.
wasn't
He's
married.
single.
He's single.
Well.
And also him being 61 and this girl being 23.
Oh, yo.
Sir, nah. It's giving pedophilia.
Yeah, but nonetheless, let's move on. DJ Maphorisa is once again a trending topic, and this time around, he sparked the interest of many social media users after claiming that even artist records in his studio using any of his equipment, and everything that belongs to him, everything belongs to him.
What?
Listen to what he's saying. In a live video on Instagram, the multi-award winning star addressed thousands of fans and stressed that it is critical to acknowledge that working in someone else's studio does not provide them with ownership of the music, or does not provide them with ownership of the music produced. This is what he said. When you record on my computer in my studio with my electricity, that song belongs to me. It belongs to me. You don't know anything. You must understand that if someone works in somebody else's studio, that music, you as an artist, is not yours. It belongs to the owner of the house or of the wherever you are recording. Now, this topic brought people back to the discussion that was started by a known podcaster, McG, who last year accused of DJ Maphorisa as an Amapiano gatekeeper. McG showed that he was not afraid of talking about DJ Maphorisa by launching into passionate accusations against him on his YouTube podcast with over 1 million subscribers. The podcast presenters made assertions while seated alongside his co-host Saul Penduka, emphasizing that more individuals could vouch for the accusation made against DJ Maphorisa. Let me tell you a story about gatekeeping rather. There is someone who told me that Maphorisa is going to be mad that I am dropping an EP and I did not get his approval, McG said on his podcast. Now I must ask Maphorisa before I drop an EP. They said Maphorisa is going to be mad. I did not ask him for approval. He is a gatekeeper. So Maphorisa is basically saying, if you are an artist, let's say I'm Maphorisa, you are an upcoming artist or well-established artist, but for mostly I think this applies to upcoming artists because they are usually just desperate. They want to trend, they want the fame, they want all these things. So you come to my house, to my studio, you use my electricity, you use my water, maybe you go to the bathroom, you flush the toilet, I give you juice because you are there. Everything that you are creating there, recording there, that song now belongs to me. It's not your song.
Nah, but like,
whether you worked on it 10 years ago with your friends in their backyard, but because you came to record in my space, in my studio,
it's your song.
This is my song.
But I've put my vocals, I've brought my own beat,
No, it's not your own beat if it's in my studio.
So are you supplying the beat? Are you providing the beat?
Maphorisa is a producer, so I guess
no. If he's giving the beat, I would understand because usually like that's how it works. It's like, nah, fam, that's my beat. You just added the vocals. That's why most of these songs it's DJ Maphorisa featuring Aina, because Aina just came and
that's
said.
That's why most of the songs are DJ Maphorisa because he.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
We We do apologize for that little glitch, but we are going to be wrapping up anyway because we've come to the end of our show. So, Aina, just finish up what you were saying about Maphorisa.
So I'm saying that's why you see a lot of songs now, a lot of Amapiano tracks are DJ Maphorisa featuring ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. That's because he now took ownership, whether he worked on it or not, because these people were recording in his studio using all his other things.
It's the electricity for
Yeah,
me.
they said if you use my electricity, that is my song. If I give you Nando's, if I give you juice, that is my
now
song.
I want Nando's. Thanks a lot. But hey, if they have an agreement with the artists and the artists sign off,
There is no agreement. That is just how it is. The artists are the ones that are supposed to come prior with an agreement and make Maphorisa sign to say that, look, I'm coming to your studio, but this is the agreement. Now, because there is no agreement prior, because a lot of artists don't understand that is what they need to do first.
Yeah.
Maphorisa then, who's smarter than them and been in the game for a
Industry for a
long
while.
time, now claims everything and there is nothing they can do about it.
y'all need to wake up and just, you need to not let anyone take advantage of your dreams. Hey, you need to be smart about this. But nevertheless, that does bring us to the end of today's episode of Smell the Coffee. We will be seeing you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, we do hope you have yourselves a lovely Thursday.